Thank you, Koon, for the introductions, and good afternoon, everyone. It's really good to be here in the beautiful city of Dubrovnik. Today, Rajiv and I will be presenting to you on how we can track usage metrics to inform strategies for the future, and we hope that you get the most out of the session. And yeah, hope to answer any questions towards the end. So today from Princeton University, we'll be learning how they're applying usage metric reports for an overview of their pure portal engagement. So we'll take a closer look at how they've utilized these reports and strategy sessions to better inform and coordinate their efforts to expand the strategic value of their pure portal. Rajiv is a senior administrator at Princeton University, advancing the research enterprise there through the offices of the Dean for Research and Corporate Engagement and Foundation Relations, and he supports the mission of the university by enabling research collaborations. And I'm Bushra Patni. I'm the Pure Customer Consultant at Elsevier in the North American region, and I work closely with Pure customers there to make sure that they get the most value out of the product and different ways in which we can work towards use cases. So I'm going to start off first by talking about the Pure community that Princeton University is a part of and is a member of, and it's called the Research with New Jersey project, and it was launched in 2018 by the New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, and it is managed by NJCSIT, which basically stands for the New Jersey Commission on Science, Innovation, and Technology. And the goal or the aim of this initiative is basically to have the state of New Jersey be the innovation state in the United States. And New Jersey, as I mentioned, is a partner, and the platform is powered by Pure. In addition to Princeton University, there are 4 other New Jersey institutions that are part of the state collaborative, and those are Montclair State University, New Jersey Institute of Technology, Rowan University, and Rutgers University. So this is just the overview of the content that's currently housed in the Research with New Jersey Pure community. As I mentioned, there are 5 research universities in total. There are about 5,000 researcher profiles, nearly 160 core facilities, over 600 research units, over 6,000 grants or projects, and nearly 297,000 research outputs. So this is where the numbers are currently as of today. So if you go to the Research with New Jersey community portal, we have added something that we call Research with New Jersey strategic pillars. And these pillars basically help to identify experts and content, research associated content and information across different pillars. And right now we have, pillars like advanced computing, advanced manufacturing, clean energy, and so on. And we aim to add more in the future. And the idea is basically to highlight which are the research and collaborative areas that are really important to the state of New Jersey. And as of now, the research strategic pillars showcase a total of about 2,000 researcher profiles, more than 600 research units, and over 70,000 research outputs. And these strategic pillars also align with the governor's economic development plan, which is basically to drive significant growth in jobs and investments over the next 5 to 15 years. So with that overview about Research with New Jersey, I'd like to invite Rajiv to talk about Princeton University, how they're part of this initiative, what does Princeton University do, and how they plan to use data to expand the strategic value of their Pure.
Thank you, Koon and Bushra, for the introduction. Good afternoon, Pure colleagues from around the world. Good morning to my colleagues back home. I am Rajiv Hota, or Rajiv from Princeton, as several of you have been introducing me or calling me by. So I am honored to be associated with Princeton University, and I'm delighted for the opportunity to present on research with Princeton and some usage metrics and the proposed roadmap. But before we dive in there, I'd like to begin with a brief overview of Princeton University, specifically for the international audience. Princeton University is located in the charming town and historic town of Princeton in central New Jersey, and is one of the most prestigious academic institutions in the United States and the world. Princeton University was chartered in 1746 and is the fourth oldest college in the United States. This picture shows Nassau Hall, which was built in 1756 to house the then College of New Jersey. This ivy-covered building is a National Historic Landmark and the centerpiece of the beautiful Princeton campus. Princeton University has a legacy of academic excellence and has produced several scholars, including numerous Nobel laureates. The university has a strong commitment to interdisciplinary research, and it is one of the most globally acclaimed research institutions in the United States and the world. The Research with Princeton portal, which has a URL collaborate.princeton.edu, is managed by the Corporate Engagement and Foundation Relations team in the Office of the Dean for Research. CEFR, as we are known, is a research partnership office. We partner with industry, foundations, other nonprofits, and government agencies on strategic research initiatives and projects that promote Princeton researchers and Princeton research. The Research with Princeton portal has become a popular online repository of a vast array of publicly available Princeton public research materials. Currently, the portal showcases about 1,000 profiles, almost 60 research units, 8 core facilities, and more than 400 innovations, including over 80,000 publications, some of which date back to 1974. Next, I would like to present some usage metrics that has helped us to propose a strategic roadmap for the future. Research with Princeton has grown to become a popular online resource, as shown here by the explosive upward historical trend of visitors. As you can see from this trend line, over the last 5 years, unique visitors and visits to the portal have multiplied by a factor of 14. This slide presents the global footprint of the visitors to the Research with Princeton portal. Over the last 5 years, Research with Princeton has attracted more than 500,000 unique visitors and visits. Identifiable visitors have represented 105 distinct countries and almost 6,500 distinct organizations. The top 10 countries from which we have had visitors include the US, China, Germany, India, and UK. The largest proportion, 78% of these visitors, have come from academic institutions. The next largest chunk, 9%, were from corporate and government entities, respectively. The table at the bottom shows the top 10 visitors by organization type, categorized by academic, corporate, foundation, other nonprofits, and medical, and government agencies. So this combination of visitors by location, that is country, state, and zip code, and region, and entity, organization name and type, can provide a useful insight into prospective research collaboration opportunities. In this bubble chart, we present the core facilities views across the 8 core facilities. You can see the distribution of 2,350 total views across the 8 facilities, and the relative size of each bubble represents the number of visits to each core facility. The micro-nano fabrication laboratory had the highest number of visits, followed by the Imaging and Analysis Center, and then the Genomics Core Facility. In this slide, I present before you the top 5 industry collaborators measured by number of joint research publications between Princeton authors and industry co-authors. 49 distinct Princeton researchers have co-authored 72 publications with researchers in alphabeting. A total of 34 Princeton authors co-authored 57 research publications with researchers across the 2 Microsoft entities in the US and Asia. This is followed by co-publications with IBM and Amazon Inc. In this tree map, we present the top 10 search topics on the Research with Princeton portals from January 1, 2021 to June 30, 2023. Artificial intelligence was the #1 search topic. This includes the search terms of AI, ML, NLP, LLM, neural networks, computer vision, and so on and so forth. Physics, #2, a large chunk of the search terms included quantum. #3 was virus, and included the search terms of COVID-19, coronavirus, MERS, and respiratory syndrome, and so on and so forth. Math included crypto and blockchain. Neuroscience included brain-related searches, and chemistry included catalysis. Out of curiosity, I asked ChatGPT, what are the emerging areas of research? It spat out 15 emerging research areas. The top 5 are #1, AI and ML. #2, quantum computing. #3, climate change and environmental science. #4, biotechnology and gene editing. And #5, neuroscience and brain research. All 5 of ChatGPT's emerging research areas appear among the top 7 Research with Princeton search topics. This is not a coincidence. I mean, this is a user-driven interface, so the correlation is amazing and very insightful. So how do these data insights help? The portal analytics have enabled us to make data-driven decisions by identifying challenges and growth opportunities. This has resulted in our strategic roadmap for research with Princeton. Here, I present before you the strategic roadmap, which can be broadly categorized under the categories of improving user experience and enhancing user engagement. Establishing connections with new corporates identified and strengthening existing corporate collaborations. Growing potential opportunities with foundations, other nonprofits, and government sectors. Both of these can be categorized under the user engagement category. Both of these relate to the mission of the Corporate Engagement and Foundation Relations team and the Dean for Research Office, which is research partnerships between external entities and Princeton researchers. Expand core facilities content and identify core facilities visitors. As you saw in the previous bubble slide, I presented before you the number of visits across the 8 core facilities. However, currently we are not able to identify who the visitors were. We would like to take this next step so that we can proactively reach out to those visitors, particularly those from industry who may be interested in potentially collaborating and using our core facilities. Showcasing identified popular and or emergent search topics. I presented this in the form of a tree map earlier. You saw the top 10 search topics. I also mentioned the top 5 ChatGPT emerging areas. Perhaps we could take this and make this a showcase style just similar to the pillars that the state of New Jersey uses on their Research with New Jersey portal, and similar to the UN SDGs, which several Pure clients are currently using. This would enable the users to self-select and get into their areas of interest and find potential collaboration opportunities. The last but not the least, we would also like to showcase Princeton's research clusters for strategic value expansion. These are new and emerging areas at Princeton which we have identified. These are quantum, bioengineering, AI, and photonics. Similar to the previous point, we could showcase this in the form of tiles, perhaps, and let the users get into their areas of interest. Now, both of these would also help improve user experience and user engagement. So, in conclusion, our strategic roadmap focuses on maintaining a data-driven approach to improve user experience and enhance user engagement. By addressing challenges and pursuing strategic growth opportunities, we aim to elevate research with Princeton to even greater heights. At this point, I would like to turn it over to the audience for any questions.
Well, thank you very much. Great presentation. Thanks, Bushra. Great presentation. A lot of interesting stuff, I think, for the audience, definitely. I don't know who of you was familiar with this overview with the visits, for example, where they're coming from, which countries, which organizations, etc. If you don't have something like that yet, I'm sure that the customer consultants from my team would be very willing to work with you to also create something comparable. So please let us know if that would be of your interest. Questions from your side?
Hi, Chris from Lancaster University. Just wondering, you're using the data to highlight areas where people are looking for, but are you also looking at areas where they weren't appearing on that overview map and seeing what you could do to highlight, you're saying emerging areas that might not necessarily yet have the public profiles to it? Are you trying to, as part of the plan, push anything to try and become more visible and visited on the sites?
Sorry, could you repeat that specific part of the question? Identify.
So you've run the algorithm and you've found certain key search terms that are coming on to highlight parts of the research. Are there any parts of the research at Princeton that didn't appear in those search terms that you want to appear in those search teams?
Yes, of course. There will always be. But from the top of my head, I can't think of any specific terms. But it's a good question because broadly, I can say that in social sciences and humanities, these are a little more challenging. And we have stellar faculty and researchers in these areas. But they may not be popular and emerging topics, but they are experts in their own domain. So we would like to showcase them to be more inclusive. We have already currently in phase 2, we included in phase 1, which was launched in 2018, we only included STEM researchers, so primarily natural sciences and engineering. Recently, the second phase went live, and the repository was expanded to include social sciences and humanities. So we have the faculty's profiles up there now, and we want to get better content made available. And so, the search question kind of leads to that. I mean, they may not be in the popular or the top 10, but we want to be inclusive and we want to showcase all Princeton researchers and faculty.
Thank you very much.
Who's next?
So the Princeton installation is part of the New Jersey economic something. So, yeah, see lots of alphabets.
It's NJCSIT now, so it's New Jersey Commission on Science, Innovation, and Technology. Yeah.
Perfect. So are the other member institutions in the community doing the same reporting? Are you sharing the information between them? I mean, you shared, of course, Princeton's information, but in the overall group, how are they coordinating and sharing this information?
Right, so the other institutions also that are part of Research with New Jersey do also, have this data, and yes, they can do the similar kind of analytics that Princeton University does, and, Rutgers University, for instance, also does, similar kind of reporting where they create, dashboards and kind of figure out how they want to go forward. So yes, they also, can do this, and, in different ways, inform their own strategic plans. So that's the goal.
Is the usage data from Google Analytics or from Elsevier?
From Elsevier, yeah.
So,
Yeah, Adobe, yeah.
oh, okay, all right. And is it? This is a question, I guess, for Elsevier. Is it available for all users? And if not, why not on our dashboards for administrators?
I think it's a positive answer, but let me.
As Busher provided the report for Princeton, these are reports that we as customer consultants can provide for our customers at a scheduled basis when you'd want to be able to give you some more insights using the Adobe Analytics that we internally are capturing, but sharing that data with you and being able to use that to create strategic plans, thoughts, but also looking at where there's opportunity to grow. So if you have certain pages that are getting a lot of attention, can we attribute that to dynamic profiles, usage of the profile refinement service, and then for those that are not getting as much attention, can we set up a plan to try to increase their usage and attention?
And I see it as even just for budget. So every year I have to justify the price.
Sorry.
And so every year I have to justify the price, and so Google Analytics only gives us a little handful. And so what I saw today was a lot more detail about the search terms and things like that. And when we've made those requests in the past, I hardly got any data back from Elsevier.
So
Well,
this is something
So this is new, I guess.
Yeah, well, we're here now. So VCCs can definitely, kind of help with these, providing you the information, right, giving you that data, and then, you can build these sorts of dashboards, or we can, kind of help work with you and create these. So, yeah, you just need to reach out to us.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Any questions from you, Rajiv, to the audience, maybe?
No, I just wanted to answer the gentleman there that, yeah, thanks to Elsevier we got the data, but then I think it also depends on the recipients of the data to analyze it and think about using and presenting it. So don't want to toot my horn here, but Princeton took the initiative out of the whole community to do that. So, it's a two-way street. So, well, if there are no further questions, thank you for your attention. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.